This video is gonna be about my thoughts in regards to the WWE documentary, The Undertaker: The Last Ride. I watched bits and pieces of it, but what really got me is Taker announcing his retirement from in-ring competition. Now, some may say, "Well, we wanted to see him do another match." Yeah, you may want that, but you have to realize Taker is in his 50s now. He's been doing this for 30 plus years. He has put his body through hell. He's had to put his body in a hyperbaric chamber to chill his bones to keep himself in shape physically. He's had to have shots. He's done everything he possibly can to keep up with all the young bloods in the company that they have coming in. But he finally decided to say, hey, I'm done. I physically cannot do this anymore. I put my body through hell. He gave us 30 years in this business, and that's good enough. But if he decides to come back and do a special appearance, so be it. If he wants to do another match, so be it. But I think it's time that we as fans let him be with his wife and his children and do the everyday things that we as normal people, because we're not celebrities, get to do. Him being out on the road 300 days a year out of the 365 days a year is grueling. You're away from home. You're away from the person that you're married to. You're away from your kids. You have to perform in different parts of the world, in the States. If you're out with an injury, you're out for God knows however long, depending on what body part you injured. Like I said, Taker's had 17 surgeries. He's put his body through a hyperbaric chamber. He's done a lot of stuff to try to keep up with all the young bloods in this industry. And if it's his time to say, hey, I don't want to, I physically can't do this no more, then he can't do it. He physically can't do it. And I have to give him props because, this is a grueling business. You got fans wanting your autograph, you got groupies, you got tabloid fodder, tabloid bullshit, you got all of that to deal with when you're out on the road. I now have gotten to see him as Mark Calloway, not just the Undertaker, and it was pretty refreshing to see him break character because he was so used to protecting that character. He never really wanted to break character because he didn't want it to ruin the persona that he had created with Vince. And I'm still having trouble with it, I will be honest. Even though our father had discussed this with me when Taker had his match with Brock Lesnar, I was not prepared for it. I said, Dad, I really don't want to see him do this. I don't want to see him quit just yet. I don't know when he's going to quit. It'll probably be after you pass away. Taker, Dad was like, he's going to quit at some point, kid. You got to be prepared for that. And I know you don't want him to, but you got to realize he's in his 50s now. He's got a wife, he's got kids, he's got stuff he's got to tend to that we normal people take for granted. And it kind of knocked me off my high horse, and I wasn't expecting it. But now the time has finally come, and he's made it public knowledge. And he now gets to do what everybody else takes for granted. Spend time with your spouse and your children and your other relatives. Get to take your kids to games, softball games. Get them to take them to the roller rink, and fun little outings. Get to do all that. We normal people that aren't famous take that shit for granted. So I want to thank Michelle McCool for opening our eyes and seeing that Taker's not just the Undertaker, he's Mark Calloway. And I want to thank Taker for sharing this part of his life with us, because he was so hell-bent on keeping that part of his life private that, he didn't want people taking that apart and, saying a whole bunch of stupid shit. So I want to say thank you, Taker. I appreciate everything you've done for this business. There will never be another one like you. Although there may be more other people that try, they're not going to do as good as you did. Ever. So, thank you, Taker. Thank you, Vince. I appreciate this. I'm going to miss seeing you in the ring, Taker. Enjoy your retirement with your family. Alright? Thanks for watching, guys.